First, we start with a DoorDash delivery driver who was shot and killed dropping off a food delivery to a nearby house.
Such a sad story, and police say they have the two people in custody who are responsible for this shooting. This happened around 11:30 last night in the Highland Square neighborhood.
Now, when the driver left his vehicle to drop off a delivery on Timber Trail, he was shot. And News 5's Jesse Schultz has the latest on this very, very tragic investigation.
Just a bunch of gunshots, and all the cops are coming up here.
Crime scene tape now marks the spot at Timberland Village Apartments where Javier Greer, a 22-year-old DoorDash driver, was supposed to complete his delivery around 11:30 last night, but instead was ambushed. His girlfriend, who was with him at the time, called 911. It is so emotional, we're choosing not to use it. But she tells dispatchers that people just pulled up in a car and shot him multiple times. One of the shots even went into a nearby apartment complex.
Akron 911.
Someone just shot into our apartment.
Akron Police Lieutenant Michael Miller says Greer was transported to the hospital but didn't make it.
Moments after him stepping out of the car to deliver the items, he was confronted and shot.
He says detectives determined that Greer was in a verbal altercation with two people in the area of Highland Square where protests over Jayland Walker's death were happening around 11 p.m., just 30 minutes before the shooting. He says police are determining if the men involved in the altercation were protesters.
Were they involved or among the group of the protesters a half hour before this incident?
But he says detectives used witness testimony and other means of technology to determine that Greer was followed to his delivery location by those same two men in the altercation.
He was likely followed, unbeknownst to him, to the delivery location where he was shot.
And at 4:45 this morning, police arrested 21-year-old Matthew Couch and 19-year-old Derek Ransom Formby for Greer's shooting. Miller says his condolences go out to Greer's family and adds while frustration and hurt is overflowing in Akron over the police shooting of Jayland Walker, and he understands that, there also needs to be concern over senseless gun violence among citizens.
But it doesn't stop our response and responsibility for public safety in areas across the city.
The two men arrested in connection to this shooting were originally charged with felonious assault, but because Greer did not make it, murder charges are pending. Reporting in the newsroom, Jesse Schultz, News 5.